Well, good morning. Today is Saturday, October 26th, and we're going to go get a haircut. My hair is just driving me crazy. But we have some birthdays. I had to write them down. Today is Carrie's birthday over at Weight Watchers with Carrie. So, Carrie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carrie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Mary Knowles. Oh, somebody's having a birthday party. They got a big old bounce house in front of their house. But Mary, it's your birthday. They're celebrating their birthday too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mary. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Nancy Brown. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nancy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Samantha Jackson. Samantha. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Samantha. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all four of you have a great, great birthday. But we have one anniversary. It's Stephanie Hatula. But I don't know what I know your hubby's name, but I don't have it written down, and I can't remember it for the life of me. So Stephanie, let me know in the comments below what your hubby's name is. But today's your anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Sorry about that. Have a great, great anniversary. Get back. Squirrel. There's not that many around here. Don't dare run in front of me. I'd feel awful if I killed one of the very few that live in my neighborhood. Christy has so many. She says, you can take them anytime. Why don't you cage them up and bring them back? She's got a lot. No plans for today. I started watching on Apple yesterday because I thought it was only going to be 3 episodes. Disclaimer, with Kevin Kline and Kate Blanchard. I really didn't like the first episode, and I thought, I am not watching this. This is just too... It jumped back and forth, and it was narrated, and I'm not really a big fan of narration. And it kept going here and going there, and I thought, oh, no, I'm not. And then Jim comes in. He says, your TV working? And I go, well, I'm watching Apple. He says, the AT&T doesn't work. So I turned off the Apple, went into the AT&T. No, doesn't work. So my TV is the main TV that's the source. So I unplugged my TV to reboot my TV. That didn't work. So then I unplugged the box to reboot the box. That didn't work. So then I unplugged the gateway to reboot that. That didn't work. So then I called AT&T, which was a whole fiasco because you get people that don't understand English. I was on the phone with them for 45 minutes. And first of all, they didn't have my correct passcode, which I know is my correct passcode. It's the only passcode I ever use. They said no, so I had to make a new passcode. So I made a new passcode. They were able to get in. And then she says, well, it's your internet that's the problem. And I go, it's not. The internet is not the problem. She says, yes, it is. That's why you're not getting it. And I go, first of all, I don't have internet through AT&T. Because she says it all goes through the same gateway box. I said, no, it doesn't, because I don't have my internet through AT&T because I've had this problem before. I said, I have internet. I'm able to surf through the web. I can do the web. I said, oh, my Alexis and my Google Home all work. I was watching Apple on the internet, so it's not that. So we went around and around and around and around. So finally I kept saying, I just need a new gateway. She said, no, somebody's going to have to come out. And I go, well, yeah, that'll be next week. And she said, well, let me look. And that took another 10, 15 minutes. She says, well, I can have somebody here tomorrow between 12 and 4. But if it's not the gateway, then you have to pay $100 for the visit. I said, you can send somebody, but I'm not paying no $100 because it's the gateway, I'm telling you. So I said, so when the guy comes tomorrow, will he have a new gateway? She says, well, he'll order one. I said, no, don't have him order one because I know that's what I need. I need a new gateway. Have him bring it with you. With him. Oh, okay. I knew he wasn't going to bring it with him. So I said, okay, whatever. So I tried to reboot it. It wouldn't reboot. So I told Jim, I said, you're just going to have to watch Netflix or something. So Jim watched Netflix. I finished watching the Apple. There's seven episodes, and there was 5 of them that I could watch. And by the 5th one, I was hooked. But by the 5th one, when I went back to the regular TV, the TV worked. So I canceled the appointment because I didn't want to pay the $100. And then Jim gets up this morning and he says, "Did you cancel the appointment?" And I go, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, you shouldn't have. I had to reboot all the TVs." I says, "Are they working now?" And he said, "Yeah." I says, "Well, when they don't work again, we won't reboot them and they'll have him come so they can see the problem because otherwise they'll charge us." He says, "Yeah, that's probably true." So anyway, we're here now. I'll show you my finished product. Here's the before. We'll see the after in a couple minutes for you. Okay, and just like that, I'm back. Actually, I like my haircut. It's a little spiky. She didn't have it as short as I would have liked, and she says, "If I go shorter, it's going to spike." I go, "It's just a haircut. I don't really care. It'll grow." So it's okay. It's a lot better than it was, that's for sure. It was getting unmanageable. So Christy called me while I was getting my haircut, so I told her I'd call her back. I already called her back. Her and Sophia and Aaron are going on a haunted hayride tonight. It's a beautiful day. I don't know if you can. It's gorgeous. I thought when I first came out I didn't have a jacket on, and I thought, I don't know, I probably should have worn a jacket, but it's not too bad. I like this is you're not allowed to turn left. There's a big sign, no left turn, and the guy up here is waiting to turn left. I guess the rules weren't made for him. They're made for everybody but him. So I have no big plans for today. Hopefully when I get home the TV's working. Jim went out for, I don't know if I told you that he went to breakfast with his buddies, and then they're going to the club to sight in their rifles and that because hunting season is starting here pretty soon. So he's been making his bullets and all that good stuff, getting ready for it. I was going to meet David at the bank to sign over the thing, take him out of the guardianship for a savings account, but we called before we went, but there's nobody there on the weekends to do that. The bank is open until 1, but there's no, actual not tellers, but, bankers there that can do that. So, because David had a rare Saturday off. He usually doesn't have Saturdays off, so he must have a date tonight, so he took today off. He has a lot of vacation days that he doesn't take, so he just takes them like one at a time rather than a whole week. Other than I take that back, he did take that week off to go to Florida. But I think he gets 2 weeks. So, and then the E. coli thing has hit McDonald's here in Michigan now. We had 3 cases of people getting sick from the E. coli from the McDonald's onions on the quarter pounder, which the quarter pounder with cheese is my go-to meal that I order. So that'll keep me from ordering that. Last night I didn't know what I wanted for dinner, so I had some buttered popcorn. And I paid for it, let me tell you, because I think I put a little bit too much butter on it. And it just kind of laid on my stomach. It just didn't do well. Of course, usually when I have buttered popcorn, I have a Pepsi with it, and I had an iced tea instead because I'm trying to stay away from sugar. So I'd like to think in my mind that the sugar would have counteracted the butter. But I'm glad I didn't have the sugar because I'm going pretty good with that. I'm hoping that I can at least stay the same after having such a great big loss last week. I don't want to fool myself into thinking I'm going to have another great loss this week, but if I can stay the same or just gain a pound or maybe, that just seems to fit my pattern when I have a really big loss. I don't know why, because I really have been watching what I've been eating. I've been doing very well with my eating. We'll see. I think what else there is to talk about. Oh, seeing all these signs. I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad. Now I'm getting texts from both. I'm getting texts and emails from both parties, both Republican and Democrat. Just send me $5. It's the final push. Just $3 will do it. La 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 la. They were showing a thing on. I saw a documentary the other day about how these both parties scam all these old people out of all their money. And I'm an old person, but I think I'm pretty wise to what's going on. But like they were showing like people that were donating like $90,000, $100,000 of their life savings to these parties because they have them like on a loop and then they just take advantage of them. Part of me just wonders if your parents are that gullible why aren't you a little bit more active in their finances? But then again, they're their finances. They're not the kids. So it's kind of like a catch-22. You really want to help your parents, but it's their money. You know, they can do what they want. But then when they're just giving it away foolishly, it just, you know, especially like nowadays, if they get to that point that they're not really cognitive of what they're doing, that means that they're not going to be much longer living at home alone, and you're going to need that money to keep them in a nursing home. So it's just, anybody that can scam anybody, no matter what your age, there's a special place in hell for you, my thought, that you can just so callously take people's money that they worked hard to earn, and then you just scam them out of it. And unfortunately, I don't believe anything I ever get. You know, like I got a thing the other day that said I owe back taxes, and that if I call this number, they can make arrangements for me to pay my taxes back. I know I don't owe any back taxes, and I'm figuring if I do have back taxes, they're going to send me a registered letter. Because I have gotten registered letters in the past about back taxes. Told the story before. My father, when we lived in the city of Detroit, my father did not like the mayor, Coleman Young. Did not like the mayor at all. So when he would do our taxes, he'd always tell us we didn't have to pay city tax because, well, Jim didn't work in the city, but even though we lived in the city, we still had to pay city taxes. But my father had convinced us that we didn't have to. And so we got a registered letter saying that we owed these back taxes. I brought it to my dad because he always did our taxes. You don't need to worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And I said, okay, if you think so. No, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, so then we got a second letter. They're just doing that to threaten you. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. So I said, okay, whatever. And then Jim had a broken headlight and he got pulled over and he got arrested for tax evasion. So, yeah, they do come after you. They do. So we went to court and made arrangements, and it was a whole debacle. But ever since then, we never had my dad, well, my father's passed, but from that point on, we went and paid an accountant to do our taxes. He says, oh, I'm not letting your dad do our taxes anymore. And I said, I really don't blame you. So, okay, we're home now. That's going to do it for today's video. So, like, comment. Oh, I have a video. I'm sure you've already seen it. Halloween collab Monster Mash with Roy over at Recipes with Roy and a bunch of other people. Go check out that video, too. That went up this morning at 9 o'clock. So, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's talk again tomorrow.